and anyone else who's coming. Not Matt, just the reformer, but yeah, that's positive. Catherine, do you have a squishy ball? No? Okay, all good. Just weights is fine. Robin, I bet, has a squishy ball, but we won't. We'll just do the weights today. Okay, so we will start standing, guys, with those weights in our hands. There we go. Okay. So feet just about hip distance apart, standing nice and tall, shoulders down away from your ears. Feel that nice press into the ground with your heels, each one of your toes, and then think of lifting up through your center. So as you press down with your heels and your toes, you're lifting up through your core. Ribs are nice and tight around your center. Head is back as if you're stacked up against a wall, right? The back of your head, your shoulder blades are against that wall. Now think of staying against the wall. You're gonna bring your arms straight up. You're gonna open out just so you touch the wall. You can be against a wall or just an imaginary wall. Bring your arms in and then lower back down. So do that again. Go arms right in front, open, hold, squeeze in, and then control down. So think about moving the upper half of your arm in that shoulder socket. Out, in, and down. See if that changes it for you. Instead of just swinging your arms around, it's very easy to do this. But if you really think control, it should feel quite different. Out, in, and down. Go 4 more like that. Go up, open, squeeze those upper arms together, and down, up, out, in, and down. Last 2, up, open, squeeze in, and down. And last 1, up, open, in, lower down, and then reach your arms forward. So you're gonna reach those arms right up to that shoulder height position, drop down into your little squat. So hinge your upper body forward slightly. As you stand up, bring those arms down by your hips, and then squeeze them that little bit behind you. So moving your upper arm behind you, arms reach forward, hold when you're there, feel that core connect, press through your heels up, arms squeeze back. Go for 6, press through those heels, abs, pull in, reach. 5. Just shoulder height, and then that little bit behind you. 4. 3. Pressing, grow tall. 2. Pressing, grow tall. Last 1. Reach forward, stay pretty low. Maybe come up a little from your lowest point. Reach those arms back and stay. Just bend and reach. Your core is connecting. In and reach. Ribs stay tight around your center the whole time. Shoulders are relaxed. Go 4. 3. Even pressure into both of those feet. 2. Last 1. Reach those arms back. Stay when you're back there. Now reach all the way forward again. Hold. And then all the way back. You can get a little higher this time. Reaching forward and back. Go for 6 like this. Keep that core connecting. Ribs stay tight around your center. Doesn't make much sense without the around your center. That does it. Reach, hold, and forward. Last 2. So you're moving your arms in space. You're not swinging them. You're lifting. You're lowering. You're holding at the end. Take a breath. Open, squeeze in. Open, squeeze in. So I'm, maybe 6 inches away from my hips. Out. And still that little bit lifted. Out. Squeeze. Go for 4. Squeeze. 3. Squeeze those upper arms together. 2. Last 1. Squeeze in. Bring those arms down. Give those shoulders a roll out. Walk those legs out. Okay, keep those feet about hip distance apart. Bend your elbows to 90-degree angles. Hold there. So just 90. Now bend down again. Hold when you're in a nice comfortable squat. Ribs stay tight around your center. Core is connected. Now shift your weight over to your left foot without doing that. So your weight, just take a little bit of weight out of the right, transfer it into the left, press up a little harder into your left foot, and then kick your right out to the side. So you'll move a tiny bit, hopefully not way over here. Stay, take a breath, and then step this foot back in. Do that again. Step it out and pull back in. So as you kick your right leg out or step it out, you're pressing up into your left. So essentially you should hardly move. Go for 4. Pull in. Go for 3. And in. Keep those arms nice and steady. 2. And back. 1 more. Let's go out. Pull it in. Stay there. Now press through your left heel. You're going to come up to standing. And then drop back down. Super nice and light on those right toes. Standing, extend those arms. Inhale down. So it's like a single leg squat here. You have maybe 10% of your weight in your right toes, 90 in your left heel and left big toe. Go for 4. Control down. Go for 3. Keep that left glute working, left inner thigh is squeezing toward your midline. Last 2. You're ready, 1 more. Inhale down. Exhale, press up, stay there. Your left leg is straight, it's not quite locked. Now from here, you're gonna open your arms out. Hold them wide, take a breath. Keep those arms reaching. Ready, bend your right in. Tap your toes. Bend in. Keep those arms reaching. Tap those toes. Good. Up. Pause and tap. Still pressing through that left heel. Think of that spine reaching long. Head is reaching up towards the top of the ceiling. The top of the ceiling, towards the ceiling. Up and down. Last 2. Lengthen that spine. Ready, 1 more here. Hold. Take a breath. Turn your palms to face up. Arms in. Palms face down. Open out. Palms up, squeeze in, palms down. If you're having a hard time balancing, just bring those toes down. That is okay too. Left leg is almost straight. It's just not locked. Last 1. In, open out, and then lower that foot. Give your legs a little shake up. Okay, last little one for this left foot. I'll show you the side view. So bend your elbows again, 90-degree angles. This time they're gonna go a little bit to this side. Don't drive your elbows into your hips, so keep your elbows a little wide. So you're like there, hinge forward that little bit, keep your core connected. Now you're gonna kick your right leg forward. So again, without shifting your weight to the left, just reach and then pull it back in. You ready? So you're kicking out and then step back in. Good, so 6 like this, reach, and in. So without going over here, that would be quite easy. Stay nice and lined up. And in. 4 more. And in. 3 more. And in. Last 2. Keep that neck nice and long. Last 1. Out. Pull it in. Now stand up, press through your left heel, left big toe, stand up, reach those arms, and then bend back in. So you're here, and then you're here. So again, 90% of your weight is in that left heel, 10 in those right toes. Reach long, slow and controlled, bend it, hinge that upper body forward. You've got 5 more. Press and pull in. Go for 4. Pull in. 3 more. Exhale. Pull back. Last 2. And in. Last 1. Exhale up. Pull back in. Drop those right heels. Stand all the way up. Awesome. Okay, so we're going to do same kind of thing on the other side. So start with those feet again about hip distance apart. Nice long spine, long waistlines. Bend those elbows 90. This time have your palms facing one another. So you're going to start just bending and then press all the way up. So bend down, hinging your upper body forward, and then press. Even pressure into both heels. Think of growing taller as you stand. 2 more here. Inhale down. Last one, inhale down, stay. So transfer most of your weight into your right, think about 90%, and then 10% is gonna shoot out to the side, holding there. Right inner thigh squeezes toward your midline. It's very easy to shift. Try not to do that. From here, pull that leg back in. So we'll go out. You can just keep your arms still for this one, and then pull in. Go 6. Constant pressure into your right heel, almost like you're trying to stand up, but the ceiling is just above your head, so you can't. If anyone's claustrophobic, it's a bad visual. And in, go for 3. Pull and keep those abs connected. 2, think belly button to spine just slightly. Last one, press it out, and then pull back in, stay here. So from here, you're gonna stand up. So that's, again, 90% of your weight in your right, 10 in your left, and lower. In and down. Think of those waistlines staying long. Exhale up, inhale down, go for 5. Lengthen and bend. 4, press through that right heel, right big toe, slide back down. 4. Slow and controlled waistline, stay long. 3. Last 2, reaching long. Last 1, holding there. From here, bend those elbows again, 90 degrees. Open out slightly, lifting up, pop back down. So press through that right heel, whoops, as you stand, reach those arms, and then slow and controlled back in. That was really bad. Let's try again. Press through your right heel, right big toe, growing tall, reach, and then tap back in. Exhale, reach. Keep your right inner thigh squeezing towards your midline, and pull in. Hopefully you're doing better than I am here. It's obviously my weak side. Reach, and in, go for 4. And in. 3 more. Exhale. And in, last 2. And back. You ready? 1 more. Let's go out. And then stay. See if you can hold. Keep pressure through that right heel, right big toe. From here, turn your palms to face up. Palms face down. Palms up. Make sure you're breathing. Palms down. Again, palms up. Palms down. Go for 4. Up. Growing tall, down. 3. And down. Last 2. And down. Last 1. Up and down. Lower those toes, lower those arms. Have a little shake. Okay, and then from there, make sure those feet are back to about hip distance apart. Then those elbows here, have your palms facing up, open out that little bit again. So you're dropping, hinging forward. Show you this one. So shift that weight over to your right heel, right big toe, and then you're gonna kick that left out, straight in front of you, and then pull back in. Exhale, press up through your right, way harder for me on this side, and then pull back in, as was to be expected. Exhale, press. Inhale in. So take it nice and slow. Stability is the most important thing here. I'm going to concentrate on my legs a little bit and forget about my arms. Think about your hips staying still. Right inner thigh from the very top squeezes toward your midline to keep you steady. And in. Last 3. Pull in, go for 2. Ribs stay tight around your center. Last 1, out. Pull it in, stand up, press through that right heel as you stand, holding here. From here, bend those elbows. Remember, 90% of your weight in your right, 10 in your left. Like we did before, drop down. This time, reach. Inhale, straight down. Inhale, pull those elbows in. Exhale, up. Go for 5. In. 4 more. Slow and controlled. Exhale, press. 3. Slow and controlled. Last 2. And then go 1 more. Pull in. Reaching out. Drop that heel. Drop those arms. Have a little shake out Okay, and then let's do a little bit in second position. So turn your legs out. Your heels can be, you know, as wide as your mat or a little bit closer together, wider than hip distance though. All right, so we're gonna turn out from our thighs. So think about your femur, your thigh bone, turning out in that hip socket. Think of the top of that femur actually cranking out. Knees are gonna point out to the sides, toes pointing to the sides. So we're gonna go low. Hold when you're down there, reach those arms away from one another, relax your shoulders. Think about your core just pulling in gently. Press through those heels and then stand back up. So inhale down. Exhale, press through your heels up. Go for 4 more here. Reach those arms and press. 3, reach. Last 2. Exhale up. You ready? 1 more? We're gonna stay low. Keep those arms reaching. Have your palms facing one another. Relax your shoulders. If all you feel is upper traps, bend your elbows in. That's absolutely fine. Lift your right heel. Drop it down. Lift your left. Drop it down. If you want to bring your hands on your hips and think about what's going on with your hips, that is perfect as well. We don't want our hips to shift as we lift our legs or heels. 1 more right. Drop it down. 1 more left. Drop it down. Stay. Find the connection through your core. Lift both heels. Stand all the way up. Reach those elbows. And then bend back in. Pull those elbows into your waistlines. Exhale, press. Keep those heels lifting. Bend in nice and controlled. Go for 5. Growing tall, slow and controlled, pulling in. Imagine the back of your head, your bum and your ankles are against a wall. The back of your hands slide against that wall as you reach. They slide against the wall as you pull in. 3. Slow pull in. Last 2, reach. And in 1 more. Reaching out, bend back in. Stay here. Lower your heels. Lift your heels. Lower. Feel that core connect. Ribs stay tight around your center. You've got 4. 3. 2. Press through each one of those toes. Last 1. Drop them. Stand all the way up. Awesome. Okay, let's come on to our mats. We'll give our legs a little bit of a break. Let's see here. Okay, so just lying down. Have your weights handy. So just within arm's reach. Nice neutral spine here. So upper body is relaxed, back of your head is heavy, shoulder blades flat against the mat. Think about those ribs hugging around your center. Tailbone is tipping away from you. So tiny little space behind your low back. Back of that rib cage stays heavy. And then just nice even weight into your feet. So from here, we're gonna grab our weights. We're gonna reach our right arm all the way up, keeping your shoulder blade against the mat. Do the same thing with your left and stay there. Okay, so we're gonna add a little bit of unilateral work here. So think about your shoulder blades staying evenly weighted on the mat. That is the main focus. Shoulder blades stay even, hips stay even, no shifting side to side. Just your right arm opens. When you feel that your left is starting to lift, you've gone too far. So just open out as far as you can, keep your left shoulder blade heavy, and then bring that arm up. Do the same arm again. So the right arm opens, left shoulder blade stays heavy. Exhale up. Again, inhale, reach, and press. 2 more here, just reaching wide. Feel those collarbones staying nice and wide. Last 1, reach. Exhale, press up and stay. Right shoulder blade stays flat against the mat. Now open left. Left arm opens. Left arm presses up. Do that again. Left arm reach. And exhale up. Go 2 more. 1 more. Inhale out. Exhale, press. And stay. So keeping your shoulder blades nice and flat against the mat. Same thing, legs. So right knee is going to open out to the side. Left hip stays heavy. Feel that counterbalance. And then bring your right leg back in. Right leg again. Open it out. and then pull back in. So anticipate what's gonna happen before you open your right. Think of that left one staying nice and heavy. That's your left glute, left obliques working to keep the left side connected with the mat. One more, anticipate, think about the left side, right opens, and then pull back in. Now stay, right knee points up, anticipate, keep the right side of your body heavy, open left, and then pull back in. And again, control and squeeze. Open, right knee points straight up, exhale as you squeeze. One more left, opening out, press all the way up and stay. Now let's up the ante a little bit. So we're gonna go right arm and right knee. If that totally pulls you out of alignment, drop the weight in your right hand and try without. Maybe you can open as far, that's totally fine. Right arm, right knee, and then press back up. Left arm, left knee, and press back up. So notice what happens in your body when your right arm and leg open, the left open a little bit to counterbalance, right? Try not to let that happen. So a good way to counteract that is to think about the anticipation, right? So before you move, left side of your body stays heavy, then open your right. Maybe you can't open as far, it's totally fine. Pull back in, and then left and left. Open and in. As you're doing this, think about what's going on with the back of your neck. Is it starting to tense? Is your chin reaching up to the ceiling? Try not to let that happen. Keep your chin pulling gently towards your chest. Keep it relaxed. We're gonna go one more each way here. Squeezing in, one more here. Squeeze back in, and then lower your arms right down by your sides. So keep those feet about hip distance apart. Hands behind your head. Elbows hover off the mat that little bit. Tuck your chin, curl forward, and then stay when you're at the top. So you're looking down towards your knees. Tailbone is tipping away from you. Waistlines are long. Ribs are hugging around your center, and they're sliding down towards those hips. So take a little bit of a breath here and then slowly lower all the way down. So many things to think about, I know. Let's do that again. Let's make sure our glutes are relaxed before we move. Now tuck your chin, peeling up. Hip flexors are still relaxed. They should be soft, no ripping through those hips. Think just abs working here. Slowly lower back. Control. And again, tuck. Curling glutes, hips relaxed, upper body moving forward and back. We're gonna go one more and stay out. Tuck that chin, curl forward, holding right there. So glutes are relaxed, hip flexors are relaxed, ribs are nice and tight towards those hip bones, belly button pulling in. Now let's lift our right heel and then lift our left. So we're light on those toes. We haven't just shifted the weight to our toes. We're staying light. Lift your right leg to tabletop, and then tap it down, and then left. Tap it down, keep that head heavy in your hands, right again. Abs deepen up, and down, and left. Abs deepen up, and down. Two more each way. Right lifts, even weight on those hips, and left. And down, one more, right, exhale, up. One more left. Lower, lower, lower all the way down. Take a breath. Okay, so we're gonna put that together. We're gonna do the leg lift with the curl forward. So keep that head heavy in your hands. Tuck your chin again, curl forward. Stay there, lift your right heel, lift your left. Okay, so now we'll bring this right leg to tabletop, curl your upper body forward a little more, and then you're gonna tap your toes down, lower your upper body just to a hover, and then come up. Control as you come down. Exhale up, belly button to spine, curl. Inhale down. So you're working as you come up. Take it nice and slow. Keep those hips evenly weighted. You're also working when you come back, right? Slow and controlled. This is not a break. This is actually the hardest point. Do it again. Slow and controlled, working, working, working. And again. Slow and controlled back down. Got one more each side. Slow and controlled, keep working. One more right here. Up. Control, one more left. Control, lower those heels, lower that upper body all the way down. Okay, so palms face up. Belly button is pulling just gently towards your spine. You're gonna rock your pelvis back. So neutral, that little space, I'm gonna rock my pelvis. So get rid of that space and then begin pressing through your heels. Feel your glutes and hamstrings as you lift up into that hip roll, holding at the top. So feel your knees reaching away from the top of your head. Feel that those ribs are still hugging tight around your center. You have even weight in those shoulders, slowly and controlled. Let's lower all the way down, rolling through each vertebrae. Come back to neutral. So you're tipping your pelvis away from you and then rock back. Pelvis rocks back, pull that belly button in, press, reach. Knees again, reaching from the top of your head. Slowly roll down. So getting that movement through our spine again. Go two more like this. Try to press each little vertebra down. Really allow for that articulation. So when you roll down, you're rolling through your cervical spine, through your thoracic, all the way, all the way, all the way. Keep rolling. Finally, that tailbone touches at the end of your spine. One more. Tailbone lifts. Roll through your lumbar all the way. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Press through those heels, lifting, and stay right there. Okay, so a little extra press into our left heel, just like we did when we were standing. You're gonna lift your right heel. So now I have 90% of my weight in my left, but 10% in my right. Totally fine to stay here. If anyone wants an extra challenge and you're feeling like you can keep your hips still, you're not going into your back, let's lift our right up. So only if you can keep your hips still, okay? So up to you. Keep that left knee reaching away. Keep that left inner thigh squeezing toward your midline. From here, we're gonna drop our hips down. So we're gonna come down as one piece, not rolling. Press and lift. So this is great. This is also great right here. Inhale down, exhale. Left glute drops, or both glutes drop, but you're working your left glute. And then lift back up, press through that left heel. So go 4 more like this. Exhale up. 3, inhale down, even weight on your shoulders. Exhale, press, getting the underside of that glute there. Last 2. Last 1, exhale, you ready? Right up, hold here. So you can choose to just hold here. If you're here, let's do this. We're gonna reach and then pull back in. Even weight on those shoulders, reaching and then pull back in. So 4 here. 4 more. And 3, exhale, reach and in. Last 2, reach and back. Last 1, reaching long, pull back in, lower those right toe, ball, heel, and then roll all the way down. Hold at the bottom, take a nice breath, and then let's come back up. Belly button to spine, press all the way up. Hold at the top, let's roll back down, find that center point in our spine again if we lost it. Easy to do when we shift, right? Reaching knees away from the top of your head, really feel that length. Roll all the way down. On the next one, we're gonna stay up. Holding here, so keep that constant pressure through your right heel, ribs stay tight around your center. Lift your left, so you've got 90, 10% in your left toes there. Fine to stay here. If you want that extra challenge, come up here and then just drop your hips together. Hips lower, hips lift. Remember, fine to stay here as well. Inhale down. Control, lower those hips together, press. So feel what is moving you here. It's not your shoulders, it's not your back for sure. It is your right glute. Right hamstring as well, but really that right glute is the primary mover. Slow and control lower, press through that right heel as you lift, right underneath your bum there. Go 3. Last 2, keeping those hips nice and even. Last 1, you ready? Up, hold, stay there. If you're here, just hold. If you're here, let's do this. We've got 6, reach, pull in, 5, reach, and in, 4 more, and back. Last 3, right inner thigh squeezing toward your midline, 2, and in, last 1, reach, pull in, lower if you were lifted, and then roll all the way down. Come through to neutral, hug those knees and have a little roll around one way and the other. Check my time, perfect. Okay, now from here, we're gonna come onto our left elbow. So left elbow, actually let's do right. Let's start left. Let's go right elbow under your right shoulder. If this bothers your shoulder at all, or you just start to get into this kind of a position, just come down here, that's okay as well. So if you're with your elbow underneath your shoulder, feel these waistline, this right waistline is staying long, left waistline is long as well. Your heels are in line with your sitting bones. It's gonna be really important that we don't do this or drop our ribs down, all right? So from here, lift up your left leg, get to your highest point, hold when you get there. Take a breath at the top. So make sure everything is still lined up. Your right shoulder is away from your ear. To let go of any tension in your neck, you can bring your gaze down. From here, we're gonna squeeze this leg up 1 more little inch. So it's just a tiny squeeze, little release. Exhale, squeeze, inhale, release. Take your right armpit there, keeping you nice and strong. Computer is acting funny. So you can still hear me, can you? Yes, I think. Squeeze and down. Go for 4, little tiny squeeze. 3, like you're hardly moving. Go for 2. Last one, let's squeeze up. Now lower. Keep your glute engaged as you lower almost all the way down, and then squeeze back, get to that high point. Do that again, almost all the way down, and then exhale as you squeeze. So going 6 more like this. Inhale, all the way up. And 5, inhale down, keep that glute engaged. 4, 3, last 2, last 1, control, exhale, squeeze up, control all the way, and then kick your left leg out. So left toes are reaching away from the top of your head, your right ribs are still lifting. You're gonna draw a rainbow. So touch the front edge of your mat, come up, and then touch the back edge of your mat. So up and down, and up and down. So 6 like that, keeping your hips as still as you can. Doesn't matter how tall your rainbow is. Think of width as the more important movement there. It's not just a tall, narrow rainbow. Think of a wider one that's really gonna challenge your obliques. 2 more, up and down, up and down. Last one, up and down, and then hold in the middle. Take a breath and draw U's up to the front edge of your mat, and then up to the back edge. Up, and up. Go 6 like this, keeping those right ribs lifting, and up. Go for 5. And back, 4 more, squeeze up. Hopefully you're feeling that left glute. 3, tons of abs, keeping you steady. 2, shoulder stability, we got it all working here. Last one, up, and then bend that leg all the way in. Okay, lower down to that right side. If you have a squishy ball, you can grab that. You don't need one. You could use a pillow. Just for these inner thigh ones, I like to have this knee lined up so my hip just doesn't roll forward, but it's okay if you don't. You could be here as well. All right, so reach out through those right toes, really think length, like you're reaching your right toes across the room. Now let's see if we can lift our left foot. That's just gonna challenge our core a little bit more stability-wise. Now lift that right leg up and hold. reach out through your toes, slowly lower, and then squeeze back up. Inhale, control. Exhale, squeeze. So remember, it's work to lift, but it's still work to lower. How many times in class do I say that? Someone should count one time. Exhale, up. Inhale, control. 4 more like that, keeping those waistlines lifted. That right waistline needs to stay lifted. You're not pressing it into the mat. 3. And down, last 2, squeeze. And down, and then go 1 more. Exhale, squeeze up, stay there, go up an inch, and down an inch. Little squeeze, pulse, and down. Go 8 little squeezes. 7. You're working when you lift, you're still working when you lower. You got it. 4. Head is heavy in that right arm. Last 2. You ready? 1 more. Hold there. Now circle this leg, just small circles. Stay as steady as you can. If you're finding it really hard to stay steady, just drop your left foot. That is okay as well. Keep reaching through those toes. Go 4. 3. Last 2. Last 1, and then go the other way. 8, just small little circles. 6, keep reaching through those toes like you're trying to lengthen that leg. 3, 2, last 1, and then lower all the way down. Okay, come onto your back. Let's give those inner thighs a little stretch out. So pop the soles of your feet together. Just let those knees open out. Just as wide as that feels good. Take a nice couple of deep breaths. Here. Just letting the weight of your legs deepen that stretch for you. And then we will flip over. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. So left elbow underneath that left shoulder. Make sure you're really nice and lined up. Left elbow really under your shoulder. Left ribs are lifting. Waistlines are nice and long. Remember, you can bring your gaze down. If this bothers your neck at all, we're going to clamshell up. So get to your high point. Pretty good there. Remember, if this bothers your shoulder, you can lie flat as well. So you're up, get to that highest point, and then come down just a tiny bit, and then squeeze back up. Inhale down and squeeze. Inhale down and squeeze. Go for 8. And 7. Exhale, squeeze. 6. 5. Squeeze. 4. Squeeze. 3. Squeeze. So that glute should be working the whole time. When you're lowering that inch, when you're lifting. Last one, lower that tiny bit. Squeeze up, stay. Now lower almost all the way. Keep that glute working, and then squeeze back up. It's still working. So you're working all the way down. You're working all the way up. 6 more here. And 5. 4, keep those left ribs lifting. 3. Exhale up, go for 2. Exhale, squeeze, and then 1 more. Exhale, squeeze up, lower all the way with control, and then just kick that leg out. So you're starting at about hip height, reach those toes away from the top of your head. You're in that nice long line, rainbows. So toes down to the front edge of the mat, toes down to the back edge. Hips stay still, up and down, and up and down. So 6 more here. Stay strong. Feel those left lats and serratus all working on that left side. 4. 3. And down, last 2. Last 1, up and down, and then straight out. Hold, up to the front edge for you, up to the back edge.
And up, go for 6. Up. And up, 5 more. And up, 4 more. 3. Keep those left ribs lifting. I know it's hard. 2. And up, last 1. Up. And up. And then bend that leg all the way in. Whew. Okay, grab your squishy ball or your pillow or nothing, and then lie flat on that left arm. So again, you're nice and light up, your hips are stacked, your shoulders are stacked, your left ribs are that little bit lifted, right knee in line with your right hip, and then lift up that right foot. All right, so from here, you're gonna reach out through your left toes, lift up, hold when you're up at the top. So get to the highest point without letting your left ribs press down, and then lower to a hover. So exhale, squeeze. Inhale down. Got it. Exhale. Control. So go for 6 more. Lift and lower. Go for 5. Lift. Lower with control. 4. Challenge yourself to get to that high point each time. 3. Don't let it turn off on the way down. You're still working. You're up. You're working. Control it down. 2. Control. Last one. Stay there. Go up 1 inch, lower an inch. Hardly moving, keeping that left inner thigh squeezing the whole time. Up, control down. Up, control down. 4, 3. Keep those waistlines long. 2. Last one. Hold. You ready? Keep it high. You're circling just small little circles. Thigh bone circles in your hip socket. If it's hard to stay steady, remember you can bring your foot down. That's fine as well. 4, 3. Last 2. Hold. Other direction. Go 6 and 5. 4, 3, 2. Last one. Hold. Squeeze up there, and then slow lower all the way down. Okay. And then bring the soles of your feet together again. So just let those legs fall open. Take a nice couple of breaths there. Grab a drink if you need to. Okay. And then reach your legs straight out in front of you. So reach toes away from the top of your head. Bring your hands onto your hips. So your pelvis is going to stay as still as humanly possible. So we want to eliminate any shift in our hips, all right? So start with your feet about hip distance apart. I wouldn't go wider. You could go a little closer. The wider you go, the harder this is going to be. So keeping your hands on your hips is going to just help you kind of monitor what's going on with those hips. So think about relaxing the back of your head. Your neck is nice and long. Chin is pulling gently in towards your chest. All I want you to do is lift your right foot, maybe 2 inches. Don't go too high. Higher is easier, actually. So little lift. Hold when you're there. Notice, has your pelvis shifted? Or is it still? It should be still. Lower that right foot down. Now let's do left. Little lift. Hold. Has your hip shifted, or are you still steady? Lower, back, down. So anticipate. Right foot is going to lift. Think of the left side of your body staying heavy. Engage those left obliques, then lift your right foot. Hold there. Now notice, are you tensing for your neck or your shoulders or gripping with your arms? Try to stay relaxed. Lower, back, down. Let's anticipate right side of our body is heavy, then lift your left. And then lower, back, down. Now, if you can do that without shifting your hips, open your legs a little wider. Let's do it again. Right leg lifts, left side of your body stays heavy, lower, back, down. Right side of your body heavy, left lifts, lower, back, down. So that's all just your transverse. That low ab area is working to keep your hips still as you lift and lower. So because of the lever, because your foot is further away from your core than when your legs are bent, it's much harder. Let's go one more each way here. We're going to add on, lower down, and then go on the left. lower, back, down. Okay, now bring your hands behind your head. Tuck that chin, curl forward, hold. Your pelvis is still steady, you're in neutral, so you have that little space behind your low back. Your ribs are sliding down towards the top of your hip bones. Look towards those toes. Now lift that right leg that little bit, hold there, pelvis is still, lower down. Right side of your body is heavy, left will lift. And lower back down. Let's go right again. Lifting and down, and then go left. Lift it, back down. You ready? We're gonna lift our right leg up. Hold there, left side of your body stays heavy. Now keep lifting that leg. It doesn't matter how high you go. I have very tight hamstrings, so this is about my range. Hold when you're there. Take a breath, lower back down. Now go left. Lift, hold, reach it up. Keep curling forward, and then lower back down. Let's go again, right. And up, keep that left side of your body heavy, that's the priority. Slow and controlled, come down, left. And up, right side of your body stays heavy, melt back down. You ready? One more each side, up. Lower with control, one more left. Up, right side is heavy, lower with control. Good. Take a breath, lower that upper body all the way down. Okay, bend your knees in. Last little bit. So we're gonna do full scissors with both legs. So we're gonna be reaching them away from one another. If this bothers your back at all, or it just doesn't feel good reaching your legs long, you can just alternate your toe taps, like same thing with bent legs, all right? So hands behind your head. Actually, let's start with our upper body down. We'll give our neck a bit of a rest to start. So let's find a little imprint, belly button towards your spine, ribs tight around your center. Lift right heel, lift left, lift right, lift left. So you're nice and connected through your upper body. So shoulders are flat against the mat, collarbones wide, ribs tight around your center. So reach your right leg out nice and long. As you do that, reach your left up, and then you're gonna scissor. And scissor, keep that chin pulling in towards your chest. Together, scissor apart. Together, scissor apart. So again, you could just be doing these together and apart, all right? And apart. Now bring those legs together, whether they're straight or bent, hands behind your head, curl forward, hold, scissor, pause, together. Scissor, pause, together. Exhale, reach long, inhale together. Together. See if you can keep that upper body curling forward, together. Together. And reach, together. One more each way. Reach, keep curling together. And reach, keep curling together. Bend those knees in, lower, 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 all the way down. Again, hug those knees in, have a little roll around. One way, roll the other. And then stretch those legs back out. We're gonna come into full roll-ups. I'm gonna give you a few different options here. So let's just start with legs reaching out, arms overhead. As your arms come back up, tuck your chin, belly button towards your spine. Keep rounding forward, reach out to those toes. Stack yourself up nice and tall, and then melt back. So roll off that. All this, keep rolling, keep rolling, keep rolling, reaching back overhead. Now let's bend our right leg. If you want a little bit more of a challenge, you can have your leg up like this. All right, so we're gonna go either here, or you can lift that leg holding in that little bit of a half scoop, and then roll back down. Keep that leg bent, keep that leg lifted if you want. Roll all the way. Let's do another one, same side. Tuck that chin, curl, keep those pelvises nice and neutral, reach, and then roll back, curling, curling, curling. Press each vertebra down, reach those arms overhead. Reach that right leg, bend your left. Holding here, tuck that chin, keep the right side of your body heavy. Rolling forward, reach. Keep that little bit of a scoop all the way back. And back, let's do that again. Tuck that chin. Roll all the way, nice and controlled, and reach. Can we do it with both legs? Don't put them in too close. The closer in you go, the harder it is. So Just come into that little scoop, reach, and then roll back. Keep those abs pulling and rolling, 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 reach. Those arms overhead. Let's do that again. Tuck that chin. Up. Roll all the way down. Now for your last couple, either bring your knees in closer or try and lift them up. I'll show you the lift. Tuck. So that's into that full teaser prep. Hold when you're there, roll back down. When your mid-back touches, then your toes can touch, reach those arms. Try one more, either legs in closer or go for that little bit of a lift. Roll all the way back down, belly button to spine, rolling, 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 reach. Reach those arms overhead. Again, hug those knees in. Good job, guys. Have that little roll around one way and the other. And then come right on up. We're gonna come up to a 4-point kneel. Perfect. So hands under your shoulders, knees under your hips. Grab a weight again, just one weight. So making sure your hands are really underneath your shoulders, your knees are really underneath your hips, so not too wide. All right, and then feel that core connect. So think of your belly button pulling in towards your spine. Keep those ribs nice and tight around your center. So from here, we're just gonna start with our right arm. So we're gonna open our right arm out to this side. So hold when you get there. Your weight wants to shift left, try not to let it. You're gonna bend that elbow in and then reach it across. I'll show you this side, so you're gonna go like this. You're gonna open out and then bend it in and then reach across. So kind of lead with your tricep up, extend out, bend in and back. So as you're doing this, think about your weight in your knees. Try not to let it shift in and across. Go for 4 more here. Up and reach in. How about that left elbow? It's not locking, is it? 2. In and reach. Last one. Let's go up, in, and reach, and then bring that arm down. So stay there. From here, you're gonna kick your left leg, left leg shoots out. Keep those abs pulling in, lift that left leg. So left toes are reaching away from the top of your head. Keep that weight handy, and then reach that arm in front. So you're gonna drop your arm, drop your toes, and then lift. So don't really drop, think control. Inhale down and lift. So think about what's going on with this right knee. Your right inner thigh is squeezing toward your midline. Right hip is directly over your right knee. You've got 4. 3, abs deepen. Last 2. And down, last 1. Let's go up, hold it in, bend it in, and then sit all the way back to that little shell stretch. Those wrists a little shake, give those shoulders a little roll out. Take a nice couple of breaths. All right, we're gonna stay on this side. We're gonna come down to our forearm though. I'll show you this view actually. So left forearm is down, right hand is on, wait a second, sorry, right forearm's down. I needed to turn, right forearm's down. So we're gonna still be moving our left leg. So you're gonna kick your left leg straight out, lift it, reach and lift, and then stay there. So most of your weight is on your right elbow. Your shoulders are lined up though. So keep your shoulders square or your collarbone square down to the mat. Really reach through those toes. You're gonna bend your knee down and then reach through those toes and lift. So it's a bend, reach, and lift. So notice what's going on with your hips when you do this. Your weight will definitely want to shift to the right. Don't let it. Take a peek at that right knee. Is it directly under your right hip? It should be. Think about your right inner thigh squeezing toward your midline. Right inner thigh. Press up and in. Go for 4. Reach, squeeze, and in. 3 more. Reach, and then last 2. Reach, squeeze, and in, and 1 more. Let's go reach, squeeze, and stay. Lift up 1 more inch and down. Inch and down. Keep that right knee pressing through the mat. Right shin presses through the mat. You're not bouncing, you're squeezing and releasing. Squeeze for 4. Squeeze 3. Squeeze 2. Squeeze 1 and then bend all the way in. Sit yourself back to a little shell stretch. So again, give those wrists and shoulders a little break there. And then we're gonna come back over here. Actually, no, I'm staying here. Weight in your left hand. Knees underneath your hips. Almost got through a whole class without mixing up my right and my left. Okay, so right hand is pressing into the mat. Watch your right elbow. You don't want to lock it. You're going to extend that left arm out to the side. This is you again. You're going to reach out this way and then bend it in and reach across. So you're not going to let your whole body move with you. So lead with your tricep up, extend in and across. Your knees should just be hip distance apart. So you're going up, reach, in, across. Got it. So keeping those hips nice and steady, in, across. Go 4 more. Up, in, across. Watch that right elbow. Up, in, 3, in, across. Last 2, up, reach, not letting your weight shift. Last 1, up, in, across, and then lower with control. You ready? So you're gonna kick your right leg straight out behind you, reach through your toes, and lengthen. So hold when you're there, reach fingertips, or reach toes away from the top of your head. Now at those fingertips, reach fingertips from toes. You're gonna tap, and you're gonna lift. Inhale, tap. Exhale, lift. So remember, as you're doing this, you're squeezing your left inner thigh towards your midline. Do not let your weight shift. Left inner thigh constantly squeezes toward your midline, so your left knee stays underneath that left hip. Go 3. Control. Go for 2. And last one. Let's go up. Bend it in. Bend it in. Come all the way down. Okay, give this wrist a little shake. A little bit of a shake out. Now I will shift over this way. So your left elbow, it's all falling apart here. Left elbow underneath your left shoulder. Ready? Right leg is going back. Lift that right leg up nice and high. So really reach toes away from the top of your head. Left knee stays underneath your left hip. Really concentrate on those hips staying squared down. All right, so you're gonna bend in, kick, and squeeze. Bend in, kick, and squeeze. So each time I bend in, I'm thinking about my left inner thigh squeezing toward my midline. Each time I kick up and go for that squeeze, I'm pressing my left knee a little bit harder into the mat. Go for 5. Control. Go for 4. Up, lift, control. Think about that left inner thigh. It's still squeezing toward your midline, right? And in last 2. And in last 1. Up, squeeze, stay. Squeeze 8. Squeeze 7, constant pressure through your left knee. 5, 4, abs deepen. 3, 2, last 1, squeeze. Come all the way in, and then sit yourself back to that shell stretch again. Open those knees a little bit. You can walk your hands over top of the right side of your mat. So reach right over, really reaching out through your left fingertips. Feel that nice stretch all the way down the left side of your body. Keeping that left hip nice and heavy. A couple of breaths. And then walk those hands all the way through center. All the way over the left side of your mat. This time really reaching out through your right fingertips. Nice couple of breaths. And then come on up. So hands back underneath your shoulders. Knees back underneath your hips, finding that neutral Nice even pressure into those palms. You're gonna step your right foot back. So curl your toes under. We're gonna come into a plank. So if you're happier doing this just on your knees or your elbows, that's okay too. So reach out through your right heel, lengthen the top of your head away from that right heel. Keep that length, press into your palms to engage those lats and serratus, and then let's kick our left leg back as well. So reaching your heels away from the top of your head, your core is nice and connected. Bend your right knee down with control. And then go left. Inhale, lower. Exhale as you lift. Trying to keep your hips still. Go right again. And then go left. And back. One more right. One more left. And then press all the way back to that downward dog. Dropping those heels as low as it feels good. Keep that tail lifting up to the ceiling. And then walk those feet out. So bend your right knee, press your left heel down. And then lift up, and then switch. Lift up and switch. Again, up and switch. Up and switch. And then drop both heels. Keep that tail nice and lifted. Keep a nice couple of breaths there. We're going to do one more set on our plank. So come all the way down into that plank. Again, hold here. Feel that core staying nice and connected. This time we're going to bend both knees. Control, press, reach through your heels. Top of your head reaches from those heels. Bending in. Press those heels away. Go for 4. Bend in with control. And press. 3, bend in with control. Keep those hips as high as you can. 2, and reach. Ready? One more. Inhale down. Exhale, press. Press all the way back again. And then this time come back into that plank, but bring your right knee all the way in with it. Turn that leg out to the side and then just come on down for a little hip stretch. So however far that feels good, you could be here. Come down depending on flexibility and what feels good. So take a nice couple of breaths, just letting the weight of your body deepen this for you. Right. One more nice deep breath here. All right, curl those left toes under. Kick your right leg back, take a breath there. Pull that left knee in, turn it out, and then do the same thing here. Might have enough room, and then come right down again. However that feels good. Nice couple of breaths there. Hands back under those shoulders, and then curl those right toes under. Step your left back. Just float your knees down. And then let's just come onto our backs and have a little twist out here as well. So bring your right knee into your chest. Just hold there to start. Left toes are reaching away from the top of your head. So just a nice couple of breaths there, really thinking length through your spine. Think of bringing that balance back through your hips, through your shoulders. And let's go for a nice big inhale. As we exhale, pull that right leg all the way over to the left side of your body. Just letting go of all that tension through your spine. Take a couple of big breaths here with your exhale. Just think of letting go a little further, letting this right knee be heavier. Right arm reaches a little further. Another inhale, bring that right leg up. Send it straight out underneath you. Hug that left knee in. Hold for a couple of breaths here. Again, reaching right toes from the top of your head Shoulders and upper body is nice and quiet here. Nice deep breath. Inhale. Exhale, pull that all the way across. Letting go of that tension. Hold for a couple of nice deep breaths here as well. And then bring those legs back through center. Hug them in, have a little roll right, left. And then when you're ready, roll on up. And that is it. Thanks, guys. Oops, I went a little bit over. Hopefully that felt good, guys. Have a lovely week. I think it looks like an okay day today. Maybe I'll see you in the studio. Maybe I'll see you here. All right. Bye, guys.
Lindsay.
Thanks.
Thanks, Lindsay.